Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the world's greatest Onchan Raceway Stadium for a very special Thursday night meeting. Welcoming drivers from all over the British Isles, right here to Onchan Raceway, the man that go around watching the race up now, the duty rod, production rod. It was a Macaulay Tier win in the white and yellow on Monday evening. Can he have a repeat performance this time around? We didn't see him back out on the track on Monday. He got his race victory and called it a night, did the young driver. And he'll be satisfied, I'm sure, if he can get another win to his name in this next 8-lap race. But out to stop him, Cracknell, Merriweather and Wade as well in the pink and blue. And we'll see more of the juniors throughout the night. They'll be joined by the full field in later races tonight, but it's just the four of them contesting the white and yellow to start off with this evening as we await the green flag for the first time tonight. And they have been excellent viewing so far this season. That will continue tonight, that's for sure. But what we're unsure of is who will claim the plaudits in the opening contest. There is the green flag. We're racing for the first time tonight. But I think there could be problems early on for 800 Macaulay Tiers, not quite firing on all cylinders. It's allowed Saoirse Wade in car 113 to eventually get around Macaulay Tier, but opening up an early lead is 111 Sam Cracknell. I don't quite know what was wrong with Macaulay Tier's start. It's taken him a while to get going, but he's flying well now. He's overtaking Saoirse Wade round the outside, pinching that position back, moving up the order into second place, all still trailing 111 Sam Cracknell. And Cracknell steady as he passes the main stand here, knowing that there is quite a lead at the moment, but it looks to be cut in a flash by 800 Macaulay Tier, who's responded excellently after a poor start, and Saoirse Wade, who did briefly move into second place, dropped back into third now. And Macaulay Tier looks to have rectified those early problems, early issues. And as he passes us here in the main stand once again, he moves into the lead. So it is a new race leader. It is in the form of Macaulay Tier in car number 800. Sam Cracknell in second now. No change for Wade and Merriweather in third and fourth, respectively. And what a turnaround this has been after what can only be described as a slow start. It's anything but slow now for 800 Macaulay Tier, who's opening up a very, very healthy lead here. And it will take some doing for the other drivers out there on the track to catch up with 800 Macaulay Tier. He is getting away from them. He's more than half a lap ahead of the chasing pack as Saoirse Wade moves ahead of Cracknell into second once again. It has been all change. And 118, Merriweather looks to get around Sam Cracknell now. What can Cracknell do just to keep Merriweather at bay and stop him from overtaking on the outside of him? But he's way in front is 800 Macaulay Tier. It doesn't look like anybody will stop him. And it will surely take a massive error in judgment now, maybe misjudging the line, but there's no pressure on Macaulay Tier, so there's no reason for that to happen. He's in cruise control. He can surely breathe a big sigh of relief now, knowing that the win is in the bag, and there is the checkered flag. Tier crosses the line in first place. It will be Saoirse Wade, you'd expect, in second. Here she comes. Wadey in second place with Merriweather, who has overtaken Cracknell in third. And great to see Cracknell finishing in fourth place, but it's a win for 800 Macaulay Tier. It looked very, very unlikely 8 laps ago. It felt like lap 1 took an age for Macaulay Tier, but the next 7 absolutely flew by as he just gained momentum and confidence with each passing lap. He will pick up the checkered flag for the first win of the evening. Well, grey skies out there, but a bright start for this young man. The first winner of the evening. Please put your hands together for the driver of car number 800, Macaulay Tier. Confirmation, the first race winner of the evening, number 800, Macaulay Tier. Eight is Jordan Doherty, Jamie Dale in car 34 in the blue and yellow at the front. Behind those two is 240 Lewis Kitely. Then comes 36 Reese Brown and 327 Vinnie McGee. And Reese Brown driving what would usually be the car of Mark Hargreaves. He is in this race. He's a bit further back. 88 is Callum Tilley as usual. Then comes 538 Ian Neal. And then a bit further back we do have Mark Hargreaves in car 358 as it says on the roof. He's racing under that number, not 58 as it says on the side. A car usually driven by the youngster Rio Osborne. Alongside Mark Hargreaves is 46, safety Steve Luton. And 33, which is usually Shane Ellison. And indeed we might see Shane Ellison out there this evening, but it's being driven in the production rods this evening by Lee Merriweather. So there are plenty of very capable drivers out there, none more so than the man who is in the form of his life, it seems, at the moment, 46, Steve Luton. He had a fantastic evening on Monday. Didn't quite get the clean sweep. He was halted at the last by Mark Hargreaves. But he'll be hoping for a winning start this evening. It's over 10 laps. There is the green flag waving once again. The first car's through. Jamie Dale, Jordan Doherty and Kylie. And this race will hot up early on, you imagine, just having a look out to see who's having a very bright start there, and they're pretty much very even at the moment. They're still being led by 34 Dale, who's in pole position in the early stages of this 10-lap race. As 327, Vinnie McGee looks to make early inroads and try and get past 36, Reece Brown. He's just slotted in behind him. 538 Ian Neal's having a go around 88, Callum Tilley on that back straight. And it is very tight for space, not much room for any of them as they go around these corners. As about 7 cars all packed in close together, led by 36 Reece Brown, who's moved into second place. 327 McGee now is in third, and Steve Luton, he never seems to hang around the back too long. He's moved up the order into fourth place. And you just know he won't stop there. 98 Jordan Doherty's pulled out, it seems, moving on to the centre field. We don't know if they will rejoin the race. They look like they may for a second, but 46 Steve Luton, as he goes round turn 3, has gone round Vinnie McGee. Now he's got his sights on overtaking 36 Reece Brown too, and does so with relative ease as well. He's now in second place. And just looking a bit further back, as you can hear the screech of the tyres as they go round turn 1. Onto that back straight, Lewis Kitely looks under pressure now from 33 Lee Merriweather. And 538 Ian Neal is taking the long route to try and get round 327 Vinnie McGee, and so far he's not found the answer. And McGee is just frustrating Ian Neal and keeping him there in 5th place. So still Jamie Dale who leads. She's led from lap 1, but she knows that with 46 Luton working in and around the general vicinity, that pole position is under huge threat there. And Luton will just be upping the pressure, and with each passing lap, that pressure will intensify on Jamie Dale. 3 laps to go. Dale just trying to protect that racing line and make it as difficult as possible for Steve Luton. She's done it so far. Is there a slight bit of contact there as they go onto the back straight once more? Round turn 3. Here comes 327 Vinnie McGee for another shot at getting round 36 Reece Brown. And they're going neck and neck at the moment, and still clinging onto that lead with every bit of energy, every bit of confidence, every bit of might that she can muster is 34 Jamie Dale. This will be an historic victory if she can keep hold of the lead. But look at that pressure. It's like a pack of vultures waiting for any error from 34 Jamie Dale. But so far so good from her. She's not made any. 327 Vinnie McGee making contact with the outer safety fencing there, and that's pretty much put pay to his race. And here comes the race leader and the race winner. It is 34 Jamie Dale, flying the flag for the females, and with an opening race victory here this evening on this Thursday night meeting. What an absolute fantastic start for Jamie Dale. Well, it is never easy, especially when you've got the traffic and the competition that we've seen out there in the production rods this season. 46, Steve Luton, he's used to winning, isn't he? And I bet he thought when he got himself into second place with a healthy number of laps to go that the dominoes would fall. But they wouldn't. Jamie Dale kept on going. And with a drive for the ages, a brilliant performance sees the first race winner in the production rods this evening, the driver of car number 34, Jamie Dale. Confirmation, your race winner, 34, Jamie Dale, has picked up numerous race wins throughout his stock car racing career, and he'll be hoping he can add to that tally in this next race. So we know that there have been 3 Heritage F2s out there that have picked up wins already this week. How much did they learn from that experience on Monday? How much do they still have to learn about just how good Mark Hargreaves can be here in this part of the world? That's 23, John Clements, and 7 to 8, Graham Bunter past us here, going from left to right around this famous raceway. And it will be Hargreaves playing catch-up from the get-go. He's got to get round all of them before he's on a level playing field, given the power and the spec of his car. But there's the signal to start racing. And look at that magnificent speed he's getting right from the outset, Mark Hargreaves. Rumbling engines off both Charles Barnes and 64 Paul Sykes going by. 218, Phil Hiles it is, who leads the way in the Heritage F2s. There's a bit of a gap between 537 Charles Barnes and the nearest to him in 4th in the Heritage F2s, which is 728 Graham Bunter. Now he is a Gold Cup winner, is Bunter. And 218, Phil Hiles under early pressure from 64 Paul Sykes. And just look at Hargreaves catching up with 23 John Clements very early on. I think it's 533 there, Andy Kay just coming across 23. John Clements, and Hargreaves has moved past Clements already, tries to take 533. Andy Kay on the inside and does so very comfortably as well. 218 though, Phil Hiles is still in the lead ahead of 64 Paul Sykes. And it's great to see so many of them out there with just the 4 that were contesting on Monday. This is going to make things very, very interesting. And at the moment, the race is on a knife edge as 64 Paul Sykes takes a wide line there around turn 4. And again into turn 1 the next lap. But everything he's trying at the moment is just being knocked back by 218 Phil Hiles. 135 meanwhile, Jim Cannon has moved ahead of 537 Charles Barnes. He's moved clear as well. And now they're almost driving 3 abreast as they go around turn 1 into this next lap. And Hargreaves has moved on the inside of 218 Phil Hiles. 64 Paul Sykes have moved ahead of Hiles into the lead in terms of the F2s which are out there on the track of the Heritage format, that is, with Hargreaves racing around like he's got somewhere to be, racing with intent, racing with a purpose, and he's absolutely flying. He's got a clear track ahead of him now. As we look back, we see Paul Sykes, then Jim Cannon is second in the Heritage F2s ahead of 218 Phil Hiles, who is leading for quite some way of this 10-lap race. And there's still plenty of time Plenty of twists and turns ahead of us, you feel. Jim Cannon looks like he's on a mission as he aims to catch up with 64 Paul Sykes. And both of them will engage in battle now on the final 2 laps of their race. And this will be a very nearly finish, because I think 358 Hargreaves has to get back to the front again. And you just feel like it may be a bit too much to ask of him now, as 135 Jim Cannon throughout the course of the 10 laps has just been nibbling away at the leaders. 64 it is, Paul Sykes, who is in the lead. Going round the final bend, the checkered flag's going to be waving for Paul Sykes in his first race back here on the Isle of Man. He's been here before, he's been a winner before. And 64, Paul Sykes, with the opening win in the Heritage F2s, ahead of Jim Cannon in car 135. A valiant effort from Mark Hargreaves as well, but no joy for him at the end of those 10 laps. And there will be presentations for each of the Heritage F2 winners throughout the course of the night. We keep saying how amazing it is that they're back, and it really is. They just add another dimension to the racing here at the Nivison Stadium as the floodlights begin to illuminate the track around us. 64, Paul Sykes pulls up, collects the checkered flag and the trophy, flashes us a big smile as he gets his picture taken and readies himself to take in the applause of this loving crowd here at Onchan Raceway, who are delighted to see these visiting drivers back. Your race winner, number 64, Paul Sykes.
Yes, lad.
How you doing, mate? Yeah. Are you working, are you?
How long is this going on for?
Probably till about 10. Yeah, I know, it's a shame it's not a bit nicer, because I think with it being the holidays and stuff, there would usually be a few more on the back straight, but yeah.
Hey, that's that car racing as well. In fact, I'm winning the race.
Just do the commentary for here, so and on the videos, yeah, that they do. So.
Have a chat about it on the radio later.
Yeah. John Formation, your race winner, 64, Paul Sykes. Time to focus our attention now on the wonderfully coloured cars of the junior rods. These younger drivers here at Onchan Raceway in full show following that parade lap, which we saw all of them. A couple contested the white and yellow race. But all of the juniors back out there now, competing in their first race of the night. It's been enthralling racing, really, from pretty much meeting one of the season. Impossible to call at times. We've had some intense photo finishes, plenty of racing incidents, heart in mouths at times. But we've got Saoirse Wade, Sam Cracknell in cars 113 and 111. Then comes Harry Merriweather in 118. Back racing on Monday for the first time after an injury sustained in a crash. And it was quite a hefty collision as well, but he was determined to get back out there racing. Then comes 58 Rio Osborne, 119 TJ Tier in the new all black look. Problems with a head gasket is what I'm told, or his usual car isn't the one out there on the track this evening. 33 we've seen already tonight in the production rods, driven by Lee Merriweather, but in the juniors it's Shane Ellison who has the pleasure. And then comes 825 in the mean green machine, Cian Pearce. And again, he is just so exciting to watch. And like so many others out there, a born winner. And like we see in the production rods with the likes of Steve Luton, although they start at the back, very rarely do they finish there, and Cian Pearce will be hoping for a really bright start to his evening. And the floodlights have come on early. That shows that the visibility out there isn't as good as it has been in previous weeks. And the green flag waving, and what a start that is from 825 Cian Pearce, who's stolen a position very early on, slots in between both Ellison and TJ Tier. Saoirse Wade it is who leads, and a whole host of cars pass Cracknell on the outside as they go round turns 1 and 2 onto that back straight for the first time. And 825 Cian Pearce again overtaking two cars in one there, both Ellison and Merriweather. The two this time who have fallen victim to a Pearce overtake. Round Saoirse Wade as well, like absolutely no trouble whatsoever. And it's a 10-lap race this. And he's put himself in a very, very good position in the opening couple of laps as Cian Pearce, from back to front in no time at all. And now he's only trailing 58 Rio Osborne. And we know that he's a very resilient driver, is 58 Rio Osborne. He's been under pressure many times before and held off, held firm and claimed the checkered flag. Poking his nose in front for the first time though is 825 Cian Pearce. Moves ahead of Osborne. Ellison in third as well. Those two within touching distance of 825 Cian Pearce, but the three of them have broken away from the chasing pack, led by 119 in the black TJ Tier. But it's Cian Pearce, the headline announcement as we move to the midsection of this race, is that Cian Pearce is in the lead ahead of 58 Rio Osborne, and he's now pulling away from second and third, and this will be very, very promising for 825 Cian Pearce. Rio Osborne has got a clear shot at him if he can get near him, but that is a tough ask because he started in absolutely electrifying fashion. And you saw it just had the bit between his teeth when that green flag was waving. He took absolutely no time to get ahead of, I think it was TJ Tier, and he made his way gradually to the front. But there's been nothing gradual about his rise in confidence throughout this race. And at the moment, you just can't look past 825 Cian Pearce from claiming the checkered flag. Osborne still in second. There's no change in the top three with Ellison in third in car 33. Then a little way back comes Tier, and then there's another gap between Tier and Wade and Merriweather. Well, he's cruising to the finish line at the moment. This could pose a few problems for him, though. He's got to get around this traffic. Three cars which are in Cian Pearce's way, but again, he's so composed as he weaves in and out of the rivals on the track in front of him. And it is a procession really to the finish line. A thoroughly deserved win this will be for the driver of car number 825, checkered flag waving. Some big cheers from the crowd in the stand there, looking on from turn 2 as they go round from right to left. And no trouble whatsoever in that race. He is always so desperate to be on the top of the podium, is 825 Cian Pearce. We've seen sometimes, due to that determination, he tries to go for risky overtakes to get himself above the rest. It doesn't always pay off, but that was a flawless performance to kickstart his evening. And he will be absolutely delighted with the way that went, and he'll be hoping for more of the same as the night progresses. He picks up the checkered flag, holds it aloft, and goes around to take in the applause from the Onchan Raceway crowd. Your race winner, number 825, Cian Pearce. Confirmation, your race winner, 825, Cian Pearce. The 10 laps, once again, it is the production rods who are back out there. An absolutely brilliant victory for 34 Jamie Dale last time out. And I wonder if she can build on that and make it 2 from as many races. And with the level of competition that's out there, that would be a remarkable achievement for Jamie Dale. She won't be thinking about that just now. She'll know she'll have to get a good start. She knows there's a lot of very talented drivers out there trying to prevent her from getting another victory this evening. Jordan Doherty, Lewis Kitely, Reese Brown, Vinnie McGee, Callum Tilley. Then comes Ian Neal, Mark Hargreaves, Steve Luton, and at the back of the pack, Lee Merriweather in car 33. As the anticipation builds, as we await the green flag once again. I'm sure that 34 Jamie Dale will just be assessing in her own mind the size of the challenge that waits ahead of her. And we are racing again, 327 Vinnie McGee looks to get an early advantage ahead of Reese Brown, but he's pegged him back straight away. An immediate response on him. 88 Callum Tilley is in 6th. Then comes 538 Ian Neal, and it's a very good start again from 46 Steve Luton. And 358 Mark Hargreaves drops back a place and goes in between Merriweather and Luton. And it is always very intriguing and very worthwhile just having a look at how Steve Luton starts. When there's this many cars out there, it does make life difficult. There'll be a few cars, mainly 538 Ian Neal, who will be wanting just to be a tricky customer for Luton and make it very, very difficult for him to get past them. But that is a sensational overtake, a double overtake from Steve Luton. Go past 88 Callum Tilley and 538 Ian Neal, and really he went in between them. And now he's looking to weave again, this time in between Vinnie McGee and Lewis Kitely, and does so in ominous form. And that is absolutely sublime stuff from 46 Steve Luton. That wasn't easy, that was pretty much as difficult as it gets in terms of getting past so many cars in such a short space of time. And he's moved into 3rd place. He's now only behind Reese Brown, and 34 Jamie Dale. And Dale will be on a high after winning the last race, but this time 46 Steve Luton's making no mistakes, displaying absolutely phenomenal power to get past 34 Jamie Dale and move into the lead. And you do get the impression, after finishing second in the last race, he'd have gone back there with his team and he will just have been stewing over that performance and wondering how he couldn't quite get past Jamie Dale. Well, he's not having that problem this time around. He's moved into the lead and he's moving clear as well. He's got a lot of breathing space. And it'll be a monumental achievement now if 34 Jamie Dale can catch up with 46 Steve Luton, but it doesn't look like that's possible. And just when you think the tide may be turning in terms of the momentum, the pendulum swings back in favour of 46 Steve Luton in this championship. And he's miles clear now. He's not going to lose it as Jamie Dale looks to concede another place, this time to 5.38 Ian Neal, who moves into second. You've got 36 Reese Brown, who's currently in fourth, who wants third place. There's half a lap to go, really. The party's already starting as far as Steve Luton's concerned. He knows he's won this race. He is going to claim the checkered flag. It'll be 5.38 Ian Neal in second, and Jamie Dale follows up first place last time, with third place this time around. And that's not a complete disaster. It's still a very, very good result for Jamie Dale, but he is just unbeatable when he puts in performances like that. And we've seen it so many times throughout the 2021 season. He didn't quite get it right in the first race. He didn't put a foot wrong in that race. Your winner, the driver of car number 46, Steve Luton. Confirmation, your race winner, 46, Steve Luton. Past him, we also have 7-8 Graham Bunter and 23 John Clements. The black and blue of Bunter lining up alongside the brighter colours of John Clements in car 23. Behind Sykes in 64 is 533 Andy Kay. Then comes 135 Jim Cannon, the green, yellow and red of Cannon, seen for the first time on the island racing this evening. And 358, a familiar name to many in these parts, is Mark Hargreaves, looking to make a name for himself amongst the visiting drivers as well now. And now is his time to lay down a marker, and we will just watch him burst into life as we get the green flag as expected. And he's got the wheels in motion early on, 358. Mark Hargreaves, he has got to get round all of the Heritage F2s before he can even think about trying to win this race. The screech of the tyres from 218 Hiles as he takes a wide line round turn 4. Looks to tighten it up a bit as he moves on to the next lap, and 218 Hiles with an early lead ahead of Barnes in 537. And these Heritage F2s, whilst they're not as quick as Hargreaves, there's plenty of them. And that will just be a slight cause for concern for Hargreaves as he weighs up his best plan of attack here. But it's a brilliant early lead. A couple of cars just going past 23 John Clements there, namely 64 Paul Sykes and the Gold Cup winner 728 Graham Bunter. Now, Bunter's definitely got a tighter line than 537 Charles Barnes, but he just took that corner a bit too quickly and lost a bit of control, and that's allowed 64 Paul Sykes to go past him once again, and 358 Mark Hargreaves also doing the business. If he spots space, he will move into it. He knows he's got the speed ahead of the other drivers out there. Those cars can't match the speed of Hargreaves, but what they can do is just try and drive as efficiently and as cleverly as possible. They'll have to show their experience as well, because whilst not exactly as familiar with the course as 358 Mark Hargreaves is, it is something new to them, but it is still 218 Miles who leads. Jim Cannon has come from the back of the F2s in Heritage class to now challenge Miles. He's gone past 64 Paul Sykes, the winner of the last race. And this race now hangs very much in the balance. And with 3 laps left, it is anyone's. It's impossible to call at the moment as Jim Cannon moves on the inside there on turn 2, onto that back straight. Exercising brilliant driving prowess there to get past not only 218 Phil Hiles, but also to get away from 64 Paul Sykes, because we know Sykes has the ability to win here. He's demonstrated that in the previous race, but this 10 laps, this encounter is almost over, and there's only 1 lap for any of the rival drivers out there to stop 135 Jim Cannon, who started at the back of the Heritage F2s, but he's finishing very strongly on the front of the Heritage F2s, and he crosses the line first, takes the win ahead of 64 Paul Sykes, who is aiming to make it a second in succession. That's not happened. Instead, the victory goes the way of 135 Jim Cannon. As he cuts the power to pull up alongside the starter to pick up what he was craving before the race got going. He wanted that green flag, and that was obvious in the way he drove. And a brilliant overtake on the second turn of lap 8 just gave him that lead. And once he got there, he didn't look back. He was always destined to win that race once he got himself in front. And that's exactly what has happened. He hands the trophy back, but he's not letting go of that checkered flag just yet. And to rapturous applause, your race winner, number 135, Jim Cannon. Cheers, mate.
Was the grey fella handicapped 2 laps?
Yeah, so he's got to overtake them twice before he
That's
can.
to say, he must have 2 laps handicap high. I knew you overtook them all once.
Yeah,
And I thought, well, how did you won?
yeah.
That day he's had to do it twice. And are they all some like that? Or was only him that was 2 laps?
It's only him that's those 2 laps,
Yeah.
because he's got the more powerful car. These are Heritage,
Yeah.
he's got sort of modern, so.
Yeah, she's a different car.
Ooh. Confirmation, your race winner, 135, Jim Cannon. The next chapter of their 2021 campaign. Ellison lining up alongside 119 TJ Tier, both of them ahead of 825 Kean Pears, who was nothing short of fantastic when he was racing last time out. 58 is Rio Osborne, and then 3 of the youngest drivers here at Onchan Raceway this season. Harry Merriweather in car 118. 111 is Sam Cracknell. And Wadey Saoirse Wade is in 113 in the pink and blue. And both Wade and Cracknell will be hoping to be the first car through, as the green flag waving once again is Cracknell. A lead early on, there's contact there as he just moves to cut off 113 Saoirse Wade. And I wonder, both of them moved into the centre field, so they're not causing any problems for the remaining drivers out there. But it just seemed like 111 Cracknell, a lapse in concentration perhaps, cutting across 113 Saoirse Wade. But it's ended up putting both of them out of action here for this race, being contested by the junior rods, and 33 Shane Ellison and 825 Cian Pearce will resume their on-track rivalry, two of the more successful drivers in the junior rods. 33 Ellison had a magnificent campaign last year. He's not quite hit those heady heights as consistently as he'd have liked in this season, and 825 Cian Pearce herring his way behind 33 Shane Ellison as they both fly around this Onchan Raceway track, chasing 58 Rio Osborne, who's held the lead since both 111 Sam Cracknell and Saoirse Wade in car 113, both retiring after a collision pretty much seconds into the first lap of this race. So it's a 1-2-3 of Osborne, Ellison and Pearce. And Osborne will need to remain focused here, but he'll know he's got quite a few laps to go before he can say he's confident of seeing the job through, because we know just how quick Pearce and Ellison are around this track. But Rio Osborne, we've said many times before, we've seen it many times before as well, he's a very competent driver himself, and he'll be going around there backing himself to see the task through, and he'll be hoping to be the driver smiling at the end of this 10-lap contest. He passes us again here with 3 laps to go. It's 58 Rio Osborne remaining in the lead, which he's held since that early incident between Cracknell and Wade, which put them both out of the race. 825 Cian Pearce has now overtaken 33 Shane Ellison. He's now in second, and 58 Rio Osborne, well, he's got a bit of a dilemma here, because 118 Harry Merriweather is in front of him, and he's just frustrating him a little bit here, and that's allowing 825 Cian Pearce to narrow the lead, close the gap. 58 Osborne does now manage to get past Merriweather. He has to go the long way round, the long route round the outside of Merriweather. He's done so though. That'll be a massive relief to Osborne, and he will now be confident that he's done enough to get himself a race victory, and Rio Osborne punches the air in delight. It's a victory for Osborne. He is absolutely overjoyed with that one. And that delight has come off the back of a terrific performance, which he'll be hoping lays down a foundation for the remainder of his race meeting on this Thursday night here at Onchan Raceway. No one happier than 58 Rio Osborne. He wants to hold the checkered flag. That's how much it means to him. Give him some love as he goes round. Your race winner, number 58, Rio Osborne. Confirmation, your race winner, 58, Rio Osborne. Victories for Steve Luton and Jamie Dale in the production rods so far tonight. Who can add their name to the list of winners? Will we see a repeat performance from Luton? Will Jamie Dale go back to the top of the pile? Or will the likes of 33 Lee Merriweather, 358 Mark Hargreaves, Ian Neal in car 538, all of those among winners so far this season. 98 is Jordan Doherty, then comes Lewis Kitely in the green. And behind Kitely, and in between, 538 Ian Neal. 36 is Reece Brown this evening, 327 is Vinnie McGee, and 88 is Callum Tilley. Although the drivers involved, so many classic races we've seen. Oh, are you knocking? So many classic races we've seen in the production rods of this term. So many drivers full of promise, full of ability. And so often we've seen races that have gone down to the wire, and you get the feeling it's going to be an incredibly entertaining night in the production rod. So far, 2 different winners from the 2 races. This is the 3rd that we'll see in this class this evening. And Jamie Dale with an early lead ahead of 98 Jordan Doherty and 240 Lewis Kitely as they started in positions 1, 2 and 3. 36 Reece Brown is driving in what is usually Mark Hargreaves' car. We've seen Hargreaves won a winner here on so many occasions, so we know the car has the capability to do as much. And 538 Ian Neal, problems for him, didn't quite see what happened, but the yellow flags are waving, and Ian Neal it is who lies stranded in between turns 1 and 2. So 10 cars becomes 9. It makes the job potentially slightly easier for anybody who has to make their way from further back. The likes of Merriweather, Hargreaves and Luton, the usual suspects when it comes to those who win production rods races here at Onchan Raceway, but we've seen the success spread around the field. And 34 Jamie Dale, who will start at the front. She ended at the front in race 1, displaying her racing credentials as well. So we have a complete restart. How does that change the landscape of this race? We'll never quite know just how it would have ended had the full 10 cars completed the 10 laps. But it's a good start from 36 Reece Brown again as he tries to overtake 240 Lewis Kitely. And they're going very close by each other there around turn 3, and trying to take a double overtake there is 36 Reece Brown, around 98 Jordan Doherty moving into 2nd place. Here comes though, again with such speed, such purpose, 46 Steve Luton moves into 5th place early on. 34 Dale still holds the lead ahead of Brown. Then comes 98 Jordan Doherty. They're the top 3 at the moment. Kitely's just been taken on the outside by Luton, who uses that momentum to get in past Jordan Doherty and move into 3rd place. Continues to move up the order, looking a bit further back. 327 Vinnie McGee trying to get past 88 Callum Tilley, but he's just been taken by Hargreaves himself. And it is all change. It's impossible now to know where to look in this race, as 46 Steve Luton is right in the mix there between 34 Jamie Dale, and he's coming in the middle there of Dale and 36 Reece Brown. Can Dale keep up with Steve Luton? He's setting the pace once again. He moves into the box seat. He is now in firm control of this race. And it's 34 Jamie Dale who's charged with the task of responding as she spearheads the attack from those drivers who are directly behind 46 Steve Luton, but he's just extending that lead. And because there's nobody in front of him, that gives him the prime opportunity to get up to top speed and just advance away from all those out there who are left trailing in his wake. Well, we've had some mighty close races throughout the season, but we've also had some which haven't really, if we're being completely honest, been close whatsoever. And it looks like this is going to be turning into one of the latter, with 46 Steve Luton with a firm grasp, one hand on the checkered flag already. And really now, it's just a case of gliding to the finish. 34 Jamie Dale remains in second, ahead slightly of 36 Reece Brown. But they are way off the winner as Safety Steve puts in another performance of the highest caliber. And it was nip and tuck really to the last there, but 34 Jamie Dale just edging second place ahead of 36 Reece Brown. Interesting in the battle for second place at least, because really for first place, head and shoulders above the rest of the drivers out there on the track. Yet again here at Onchan Raceway, your winner, number 46, Steve Luton. Confirmation, your race winner, 46, Steve Luton. Confirmation, your race winner, 20. Osborne winning the juniors last time out. Can he follow it up with another win in this next race? We've seen victory also for 825 Kean Piers this evening. Piers ending the last race in second behind 58 Rio Osborne. So again, showing just how tight the racing is this evening, as it just seems to get a bit darker on the track for the drivers. The floodlights start off, but it does just add an extra factor into the routine. A brilliant start once again from 58 Rio Osborne. There's no repeat performance. The 111 Crandall and 113 Social Way, which saw them both retire early. Second in the last race in the junior roster. 33 Shane Ellison, 58 Rio Osborne, the two with absolutely magnificent start there. Different winner of the night. Spots been placed on the inside going around turn 3. Looks to obtain a successful move there. Moving into competition very, very early on. And now he comes up. She was with 825 Kean Piers, who should have lost a bit of power in his car. There's the on firing on all cylinders there is 825 Kean Piers. Shane Podcast came back to the race as well, because he has such a motivated when he's doing great guns with the rest of them. It's very wide line there, was with you doing one happens now the employee car. He was immensely in though. Still trailing Ellison, but there's not much in this. Rotation has continued right through the end. You could be on for a grand step finish. 58 Rio Osborne with such a brilliant performance last night out. You'll be itching to get a second win in a row. Shane Ellison equally gives me a bit disappointed that he hasn't yet got himself a win tonight. Can he change that gear? He's going exactly the right way about it. Driving in brilliant fashion as they pass all way. Very, very weather around the outside on the middle of that back straight there. Maintaining his composure so far. Just 10 laps this race, not as much time as the previous one as the Heritage F2s, where there were 12, but the drivers wanted to get the job done. Got a mean business right from the first lap, and Shane Ellison was in business right from the very first lap, and it's why he is at the top of the pile at the moment. Now it's Ellison leading 58 on board. 1-1-3, I think, Saoirse Wade in third place. He looks like he is 50 seconds off 51, because he's usually like up there, mixing it up at the right end of proceedings. 33, Shane Ellison closes in on his first victory of the night. Time's running out. Move ahead into first place. There's one lap remaining in it. They have remained close throughout the race for laps all through to lap 10, but it's Ellison who has the advantage going into the final two bends here. Shane Ellison, round turn 4, approaches the finish line and finally tonight he has got a check-in flag to his name. It was a very, very close race between the front two. 58-3-1-4. With his MSA high attitude, never gave up. He just couldn't quite rein in the race leader there. It is 33, Shane Ellison, who at the end of the 10 laps is the one smiling.
What?
Despite the last two races not quite going as he'd have hoped. He's finally got it. For the first time tonight, your race winner, the driver of car number 33, Shane Ellison. Some more action for the Heritage F2s this evening. It is time dependent though, and as you'll know if you've been to Onchan Raceway before, it's not always guaranteed depending on what happens in each race. We saw a complete restart the last time the production rods were out there when 538 Ian Neal, who hasn't re-emerged for this fourth and final race of the production rods this evening, collided with the safety fencing. But it means there is a chance for Steve Luton to get himself a hat-trick after, I wouldn't even say a faltering start. It was a bright start from Steve Luton. It was just a phenomenal start from 34 Jamie Dale, who had the lead for the full 10 laps and was absolutely determined to keep hold of it, and that's what she did. But there's an even amount of space between all the cars as they come round following the leader, Jamie Dale. Going on to lap 2 here, and Jordan Doherty it is who's closest to Dale. He started there as well, but it's 36 Reese Brown who's trying to go round 240 Lewis Kitely and move into the top 3, and does so. Bright start as well for 327 Vinnie McGee, and for 46 Steve Luton, who's just looking to go around the outside of 88 Callum Tilley. But look at all that traffic out there. That's not going to be easy to get past. As they bunch up together going around the corners, that's going to make it even more difficult But if there's one man who can get past all these cars, it is 46 Steve Luton. He's showing there once again, just scintillating stuff from him, weaving in and out of the cars that are there in front of him, lining the track. He's been forced out wide there, going close to the fencing, but again, he's experienced enough to know how much room he's got out there on that track. It is a quick track as well, and he knows he's got laps now to take the two drivers ahead of him. He does so on turn 3 there to get past number 36, Reece Brown. And now the task belongs to 34, Jamie Dale, who has dropped back into second. And is history going to repeat itself? He is 46, Steve Luton on for a hat-trick. He has been his usual self. I'll say a slow start for him, considering his standards this season, but 34 Jamie Dale comes responding with some terrific speed of her own as she tries to get back close in contention with 46 Steve Luton. It doesn't look like this race is quite done and dusted just yet. As a host of cars, 3 of them to be exact, led by 34 Jamie Dale, leading the charge there, along with 36 Reece Brown and 358 Mark Hargreaves, as they all go round turns 3 and 4, bunched up together. 33 Lee Merriweather has now joined the mix. But as they look to be reining in the leader, 46 Steve Luton, he's getting away once again, and it doesn't look like there is going to be enough time for them to get close to Steve Luton and prevent him from making it 3 wins from 4 races this evening. Jamie Dale still in second place. That strength of character once again being on full show here. She's so resilient when it comes to the pressure that she's put under. The yellow flags are out, I think, for 327 Vinnie McGee there, who just went a bit too wide. I don't know if there were other cars involved in that collision. The yellow flags are out, and that should see the job through. And 46, he's moments away from making it a 3rd win. A 3rd in a row, a 3rd from 4 races. It's Dale in second, Brown in third, then comes Hargreaves, Merriweather, a small gap between him and Kitely in car 240 in the green, then the white of 88, Callum Tilley ahead of Jordan Doherty in car 98, then is 327 Vinnie McGee. He was the cause of these yellow flags coming out, but the green flag comes once again. And that's a very right restart from 34 Jamie Dale. But it doesn't have the consistency needed to keep up with 46 Steve Luton. And it is going to be a hat-trick for Steve Luton. 34 Dale finishes in second. A very good night for Jamie Dale. A first place, a second place, a third place in there as well. She's been a joy to watch. It was 36 Reece Brown in third place there, but once again, they just can't seem to get near him. And when he's in the mood, like he has been, not just today, but throughout the 2021 campaign, then he's in irresistible form. And there's only ever one man you ever really believe will go on to win the race. And he's done it once again. Your race winner, number 46, Steve Luton. Confirmation, your race winner, Steve Luton. Oh well, I'll just
And he came second.
busk it.
And he came third. No.
Yeah.
He came third.
No, 728. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Don't want to fall over, trip down steps. Just 8 more laps to come. of this evening's racing before our trophy presentations. Just a reminder to keep behind the white wall at all times. And 23, John Clements, who's passing the main stand now in the red and yellow. He starts a lap down, we're told that's his handicap after being champion in the last race. But the green flags are waving. And we're racing for one last time tonight. Remember, we are back on Saturday for another instalment of racing here at the Nimbus Stadium. And it's great to see that Phil Hiles is back out because he missed the last race. And there's him going hammer and tongs at the moment with Charles Barnes in car 537. And they're followed by Paul Sykes in car 64. Then comes 728 John Bunter. Ahead of 533 Andy Kay and Mark Hargreaves. You feel he's put in so much effort, so much hard work tonight that if the world was fair, that he'd end up with a race victory, something to show for his efforts in front of his home crowd here at Onchan Raceway. Unfortunately for him, though, life isn't fair, and it's 2:18. Phil Hiles still leads the way ahead of Charles Barnes. He is playing catch up as well, we know that. Look at the speed, that is so impressive there from 358 Mark Hargreaves, who's been swapping cars all week. He was in his usual production role on Monday night as well as the F2, and tonight he's been in a car usually driven by 58 Rio Osborne in the junior rods as well as his F2, so that takes a lot of figuring out as well, a lot of adjustment, but if anyone's able to do that, it is Mark Hargreaves in car 358. Still though leading, 2:18. I believe Phil Hiles with 3 laps remaining. And there's a bit of a gap between second and third. That looks to be closed though, as 64 Paul Sykes is the next round. Turn 4 past the main stand, trailing 358 on the track. Mark Hargreaves, who sees himself now breathing down the necks of the top 2. And his speed just seems to get quicker and quicker with each lap that goes by. He's putting in an amazing amount of effort with 1 lap to go then. 2:18 Phil Hiles, who led for large parts of race 1 in the Heritage F2s this evening. He got pipped to the post by number 64 Paul Sykes. That's not going to happen this time around. The only one who can stop him is Charles Barnes. But that isn't going to be the case, and 2:18 Phil Hiles ends the night on a high. It's a big win for Big Phil in car 2:18. It's 537 Charles. In second place, number 135, Jim Cannon. But the winner, number 23, good up for John Clements. Number 58, Rio Osborne. And the winner of the white shiny yellows this evening, number 800, Macaulay Tier. For the production rods in third place tonight, number 36, Reese Brown. tonight. What a whirlwind evening it's been for her. Number 34, Jenny Dale. But your overall winner with 3 wins from 4 races. His fantastic season continues. Make some noise for 46, Steve Luca.